Yo, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see a title, so let's get straight to it. Charleston White hates Gillie the Kid, and Gillie the Kid hates Charleston White. Last week, Gillie would make an appearance on Club Shay Shay, and he would have some words for Charleston. See, they've been going at it for years. Question is, how did we get here? I remember the first time I heard of Charleston White. It was on a Say Cheese TV interview. And I think for most people, this was probably the first time you heard his perspective on the streets. He was defending a rapper named Pop Hunna. Pop Hunna, he's a rapper out of Philly who had a song called Corvette that was going pretty viral. When the song blew up, Lil Uzi Vert got on it. Tusi, he did another song with him. Gillie the Kid, he was seen dancing to it. Like, it was doing numbers. Then a week later, some paperwork will come out of Pop Hunna admitting to witnessing a murder with his mother when he was 13 years old. I guess the person who was murdered was a family member of his. He and his mother went to the police station to give a report. Once the paperwork came out, everybody abandoned him. Charleston would go live and he'd make a video shaming anybody that was trying to blackball Pop Hunna and calling him a snitch. Because in 1 week, they ruined that little boy's career.
All you in that industry, y'all fake. Y'all go pull a plug on that boy. He was 13 years old. A baby. That's a baby. It ain't now, motherfucker, baby, in this motherfucking country, nigga, is upholding, adhering, and submerged to those constitutions and rules of the streets, nigga. We ain't doing our kids like that, nigga. Where the real G's at and say you can't be out here, little homie? Go to school, nigga. You don't live by no street rules. You follow your mama rule. And if you do what your mama tell you to do, nigga, Gillie the King, you a mark, nigga. And I stand on that, cuz. You done brought me back to my old days when I was crippin' at 14, cuz. Philadelphia. You ain't no stomp down like them niggas standing out there in the cold trying to feed they motherfucking bellies, nigga. You been eating crumbs off the motherfucking ground, nigga. Co-right, yeah. And whoever that little nigga is out of Philly, homie, say, nigga, for any kid that's watching this shit, your mama ever take you down there, nigga, you do what she say, cause she know best. She gotta get the lawyer. She gotta cry at night.
It actually got so bad that Pop Hunna contemplated self-transitioning because he couldn't believe that he finally got his moment and it was stripped away over some old paperwork. Like, you gotta think, even when the paperwork came out, he was only 19. So that was 6 years ago. He was 13 years old. That was a child. So to have his time to shine stripped away from him, it was depressing. It was devastating. That's when Charleston White would go on Say Cheese TV and he would give this chilling monologue about the black community and how he's disappointed in us because we will judge this little kid for telling what he saw when he witnessed a murder as a 13-year-old, but we turn the blind eye to a lot of the stuff that people that we like will do. He named a bunch of celebrities who have done a lot of foul stuff, and we just let it go because they're famous or because we like their music or we like their art or they're a good boxer. We just let it go.
They didn't blackball Game when he child that 15, 16-year-old girl that he just got sued for. That nigga baby. And got sued and lost. They had evidence and showed that Game with the butterfly tattoo on his face that he molested children. He was a piece of fire. And he walking around with his chest still stuck out, hollering, and everybody still love him. Right? So, well, let me keep going. Tupac, Mike Tyson. Boy, ain't nobody, boy, y'all love the shit out of Mike Tyson 2 weeks ago. Mike Tyson raped, went to jail for it. Woman went up there, knock on the door in the middle of the night. Tyson took it. That's what she said. She was a black gal. He ain't never apologized for it. Y'all ain't said nothing about them boys. So here it is.
Charleston will ask the question, how can us as a community be so upset when they mistreat our legends and when they blackball our legends and when they dig up old skeletons of our legends and then in the same breath villainize this child who actually did the right thing? He did what his mother told him to do.
So y'all gonna tell me this little boy at 13 years old witnessed a murder that usually traumatize adults, right? Even if an adult walk in and see a dead body, they don't even have to witness the murder. Seeing a dead body would traumatize a killer, right? Killers have dreams. So you mean to tell me this 13-year-old kid witnessed his brother, right? From what I read, it was his brother, while his mom was there. So him and his mom witnessed this murder together. He's not a street kid. He wasn't raised in the streets. He don't know anything about standing on those street codes and principles. And I don't know many 13-year-old kids who was taught to do that. So you mean to tell me and my mother witnessed a murder at 13 years old, and my mother take me down there and say what she saw and say, baby, you say what you saw, and you telling this kid that he should have went against his mama? Is that what these niggas telling us, my nigga? That's how you know these niggas been in the streets. So I'm saying, no, leave that boy alone, man. Let him rap. And don't try to kill his career, man, because you niggas didn't get to be gangster as y'all was kids. Y'all didn't really get to be gangster. None of us did, homie.
The message was concise. It was moving. And I think that was the one that really put him on the map. That was definitely when I discovered him. Gillie the Kid would get in Charleston White's DM and ask him, do we have a problem, Goofy? And Charleston would respond, yeah, you was wrong for how you did that little boy. And then Gillie the Kid said, hey, well, if you got a problem with it, we can link up. And Charleston said, well, whenever I see you, it's up. And from there on out, Gillie and Charleston have never seen eye to eye.
Spirit.
But you and Gillie had words back and forth.
Yeah, he jumped in my inbox. I sent you the screenshot. Yeah. You know, you documentation beats conversation. Yeah. He's a celebrity superstar with a blue check. This nigga interviewing all the major celebrities. I'm down off in the ghetto as a community activist with a big mouth. He jump in my inbox and say, do we have a problem? Goofy? And I tell him, yeah, I have a problem. You wrong for tripping on that little boy like that in Philadelphia. So he asked me, did I have a problem? I said, yeah. So his response to me saying that, well, let's meet up. I tell the nigga, you know I ain't in Philly, but you saw what I said. When you in my town, clown. He said, keep that same energy. I said, I stand on that.
Why not turn that energy into positive energy on his podcast?
Man, fuck that nigga podcast, homie. Let me finish. You just asked me a question. Let me finish.
Okay.
Dang, homie, how I'm gonna go on his podcast when he's shaming that baby? How I'm gonna go try to make right with him when he ain't made right with that baby? I'm advocating for a kid.
Okay.
I'm a youth advocate. I work on capital murder and death penalty cases, nigga. Why in the f*** I'm gonna go on this actor's podcast where all the celebrities go, nigga, and I'm advocating for this 20-year-old baby for something he did right. That baby did right. What the f*** I'm gonna go be with that sucker for?
Now let's have the honest conversation. Charleston was right. And Gillie, I think he was dead wrong. I don't know where everybody stands on this whole street code and snitching, but I do believe that this was a 13-year-old kid and he didn't stand on nobody's code. We're not talking about some grown man. We're not talking about some gang member. We're not talking about some thug. We're talking about a kid who just wanted to make music, who told what he saw when he was 13 years old. I could see if it was Tekashi. Tekashi, he was claiming a gang and he was antagonizing people. And then when he got caught up, he told on everybody. I could even see it if it was Gunna. Because Gunna, he was claiming Crip. So when they do something, yeah, I understand everybody looking at it like you shouldn't snitch. But this kid wasn't a part of none of that. This was a child. Like if you are involved in the crime and you're telling to get lesser time, that's foul. And it just shows a lack of character. But this was a civilian. As time went by, anytime Charleston White was asked about Gillie the Kid, he would let it be known he doesn't like Gillie and he thinks he's a cancer because he pushes criminality to the community.
I speak for this child over here, homie, who went with his mother. You niggas go tell him to go against his mother. Is this what you teaching our people? I wouldn't dare go on that.
He would also detail that he and Gillie had mutual friends, and behind closed doors, Gillie was actually trying to close doors for Charleston White. He was making it hard in the industry. Fast forward to 2023, Gillie the Kid's son, YNG Cheese, was slain in Philadelphia. Charleston White would flagrantly disrespect YNG Cheese and Gillie the Kid. He would talk about how Cheese wanted to be a gangster, so he got gangster's treatment. He would talk about how Gillie has been perpetuating this message, so they got what they deserved. It was foul. Like, I don't agree with none of what he was saying, But what he was doing was calling out the hypocrisy. Needless to say, the internet was pissed off at Charleston White. They felt like that was just so distasteful. And I think so too. He was trying to point out that we get upset when it's Gillie the Kid, but we don't care when it's just a regular innocent bystander. We don't care when Gillie's pushing out this narrative. Although I understand Charleston's point, I don't agree with the way he went about it. But I do see what he's saying. He clearly just went too far. Then fast forward to Charleston White. He was on Hollywood on Lock with Jason Lee. And Charleston would apologize because he was like, I don't want to go another year having this hatred in my heart for somebody. And he also said, hey, if you don't accept it, hey, that's between you and God. But I don't want to keep this hatred for you.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday. I appreciate you coming.
Hold on, before I blow this countdown.
Okay.
I ain't finna go to another, well, I can't grow older. I know I'm wrong. So I ain't gonna know I'm wrong and continue to be wrong as a man. Gillie, I apologize, my nigga. Oh. Yeah, I know I'm wrong. I told y'all, and it didn't feel good. But because I felt like he hurt me, hurt people. But I ain't hurt, man. I got a birthday, I'm blessed. For me to keep getting the blessings and not block my blessings, I'm making a public apology, no matter if you accept it or not. I ask for your forgiveness. Because I don't want to be wrong at 47 and I've done something at 46.
Now, fast forward to last week, Gillie the Kid, he was on Club Shay Shay, and he was asked about Charleston White.
And then Charleston White said something disrespectful and derogatory towards your son, but he later apologized. Did you accept his apology? Did you talk to Charleston?
No, but you can't, I can't respect niggas like that because what I knew you for. When I ask you, what do you know him for? Think about it. Mm-hmm. You don't even know. You know him for disrespecting. That's known.
Right.
Think about that. You ain't putting the work in out here. You ain't did nothing. You got on the internet at 40-something years old and had nothing going on and disrespected that put work in. I can't respond to no like that. Me and you ain't on the same level. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't respond to a that called POs online. Wow. Think about that. I can't respond to nobody that tell you, come do this, you got a gun, come, let's get it, we can get into it. But then you call a PO online, man. It's pretty obvious to me and you ain't the same type of man. So I'll let do they talking, man. I don't worry about that shit, man. We talk about that I don't even know what I know you for. You ain't did nothing.
I can't be mad at Gillie because I do understand that take too, because Charleston has gotten popular from talking about other people. But I also understand why Charleston has no remorse for Gillie too. Not saying that it's okay, because I really wish he didn't have to take it to the depths of hell when he's trying to get his point across. But I do get the message. The message was received. Moral of the story, we all got to be careful about what energy we choose to put out there. But what do I know? I'm just an everyday nobody. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out.